Digicel TV, your official home of the Rugby League World Cup 2026. Dial star 515# to subscribe.
This was going to be the flagship competition and the players that have been discovered. Always remember those months someone in Hamilton beating Brett England, Reece Walsh, Vader, TVWAN, Lumpy Getty Hunter, William Mononga, Corey, Liverpool through the game.
Why did you choose to help me, ma'am?
I know how difficult your situation is.
Madam!
What?
The lady you took in isn't in the guest room. What? I've searched all over the house. She's gone.
All you've really done was make things worse for yourself. Branded as a thief and then a murderer. Now what? Arsonist!
Iris just left the country. She might have taken my baby with her.
But what you did was still wrong!
If the same thing happened to you...
It already has!
My daughter's been missing for 3 years now.
The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
Good evening. This is Wednesday's news. Thanks for joining us. Coming up on news tonight, delays in repair work risk major collapse, over 80 students convicted in Leh, and investigations to be conducted on pollution claims. Major repair works at the Rona 1-3 water pipeline have been delayed after Behori landowners blocked access to the work site, demanding a 5.5 million kina payment from Water PNG. This now means the planned partial shutdown of water supply to Port Moresby will be delayed and not executed as planned. Water PNG initially planned to carry out a partial shutdown of water supply from Friday the 31st of July to Sunday the 2nd of August.
Water PNG Chairman Macles Poya said engineers were prevented from accessing the damaged pipeline. Mr. Poya noted that every day the repairs are delayed, about 10 million litres of water is being lost through the leak, while the risk of a major pipeline failure continues to increase. He warned that the pipeline collapse could leave Port Moresby under severe water rationing for months, affecting almost 1 million people, and urged a peaceful resolution to allow repair works to begin immediately. Mr. Poya is concerned that Water PNG had all along worked closely with the Behori landowners since the leak was discovered, and as part of this cooperation, Behori landowners were paid $500,000 kina to prepare an access road to the damaged area for workers to dig drainage channels and for other employment tasks. He therefore called on the landowners to stop these threats, noting that permission from them is not legally required for Water PNG to access water pipeline infrastructure, as the National Water Supply and Sanitation Act is clear that Water PNG has full authority to access the pipeline. He warned that the government will not hesitate to apply the Essential Service Act for police to enforce the law and break the blockade in order to protect this vital national infrastructure. Therefore, he called for common sense to prevail. Ruth Rongola, TV1 News.
89 students from various secondary schools in Leh, Morbe Province, have been convicted by the court for their involvement in a school fight. The students are placed on 12 months good behavior bond with conditions.
Police in Leh apprehended and charged 89 students from various secondary schools for taking part in a school fight. Leh Metropolitan Commander Chief Superintendent Chris Kunyanban said the students were each charged for 1. Loitering in a public place with intent to commit indictable offence under Section 19A of the Summary Offences Act, and 2. Being in possession, custody or control of an offensive weapon under Section 12(1)(b) of the Summary Offences Act. On June 26, 2026, the students appeared at the Leh Juvenile Court, where they were convicted after they pleaded guilty to both charges. They were sentenced to 6 months imprisonment for loitering and 12 months imprisonment for being in possession of offensive weapons. However, using its discretion, the court suspended the sentence and placed the students on 12 months good behavior bond with conditions.
And it is sending a message down to the parents and also students, be very careful, because the law, the rule of law will still stand, regardless of anything. And I like to appreciate and commend the court for taking that seriously, because that will assist the parents and also the schools and other people in the community will be affected in such incidents. In the past, we used to caution people and send them home, especially students. We were very lenient because understanding how they have a young future. But then it is becoming very prevalent where we have a lot of school fights in the community.
Kunyanban said this is why law enforcement agencies and the law and justice sector have recognized the need to be firm in their decisions. They hope the court-imposed penalty will serve as a deterrent and a warning to other students. Ruth Rungula, TVWAN News.
35 children were screened under the Operation Open Heart Foundation's National Pediatric Cardiac Screening Program at Modilon General Hospital in Medang Province recently. Pediatricians specializing in cardiac care, Dr. Diana Olitaas, with the assistance of the provincial hospital team, conducted the screening. From the 35 screened, 3 were identified with complex cases, 2 identified from patent ductus arteriosus, 4 for open heart surgical mission discussion, and 13 had no heart issues. During this visit, Dr. Olitaa also took time to teach pediatric registrars, Dr. Felicia Lababana and Dr. Flossie Simai, how to conduct cardiac screening for children. The Provincial Pediatric Cardiac Screening Program continues this month with the Autonomous Region of Bougainville, followed by Isipik and Southern Highlands. Following reports of women in South Fly developing skin conditions, attributing this to the pollution of Fly River, member for North Fly James Donald told TVWAN News that Western Provincial Health Authority has engaged its staff to collect water samples and run tests to establish the definitive cause of this condition. In addressing the many concerns raised on social media, he said the concerns remain just mere suspicions until test results are released. This will also determine the next course of action. He is aware of what's trending on social media, where people have linked the skin conditions to waste disposal by Oktedi Mine. He then confirmed that as of Monday, the 27th of July, the Western Provincial Health Authority has started work to collect samples of the water and run tests to determine if the river is polluted.
Because it's a provincial matter, we've tried to address that. And as I speak, the current action being taken by Fly River Provincial Government, directed through the Office of the Provincial Administrator, Mr. Robert Alphonse Kayun, have sanctioned a team of health personnel from WPHA, Western PHA, and all the health have taken site. They've collected all the samples of the water, contamination, everything. Currently, they are doing a testing as of yesterday.
He stated that after the medical and water tests are conducted and results released, it will confirm whether the matter needs to be escalated.
Been addressed at the moment. We suspect different reactions, not just one. We have to confirm the extent of the reactions. And giving a local context, we have vulnerability from 2 mines. That's Oktedi, from the Fly River system running all the way to the top, and also a tribute of Fly River, that's the Strickland River, that collects the headwaters of the Pogera mine and comes in all joined together. So the effects is not just one. So we are trying to confirm the chemical reactions of the damage. Then we can confirm whether it's coming from where.
According to reports from the community, the affected women is not an isolated case. Many other local residents, particularly women, are reportedly suffering from health complications, also linked to the use of the river.
Octedi Mining Limited, in a statement today, said it is aware of concerns circulating on social media regarding the health condition developed by several women from communities along the Fly River system and has taken immediate steps to ensure the matter is assessed objectively and independently. As part of its corporate social responsibility, Octedi will deploy an independent medical team to investigate and review the reported cases. The team will work closely with Daro Hospital and Western Provincial Health Authority to conduct medical assessments, collect samples and gather information necessary for a comprehensive review. Samples collected during the investigation will be sent to external laboratories for independent testing and evaluation. Octedi notes that while allegations have been made on social media, the cause of the reported medical conditions has not been established through medical assessment. Octedi Manager Health Services Raymond Singamis said the company's priority is to establish the facts and ensure appropriate support is provided where required. Papua New Guinea has officially launched its national human rights policy, reviving a framework that had remained largely inactive for nearly 3 decades. The policy was developed through a partnership between the government of PNG, the United Nations, and the European Union, who is the major contributor to the initiative.
The launch of the PNG Human Rights Policy marks a significant milestone for the country as it continues to strengthen democratic governance and protect the rights of its citizens. The policy framework is aligned with PNG's national goals and directive principles and aims to promote equality, inclusion, participation, and respect for human rights across all sectors of society. Deputy Secretary for the Legal Policy Division, Eva Geita, said the policy builds on the fundamental freedoms granted at independence and reinforces the country's commitments to protecting human rights. He added that the Department of Justice and Attorney General accepts the responsibility of implementing the policy and ensuring its objectives are achieved.
Human rights policy, the Department of Justice and Attorney General accepts this responsibility with absolute clarity of vision, but with a lot of responsibility, and take up this challenge. This policy serves as a blueprint of our mandate to uphold what we like to call as the rule of law, strengthen our governance architectures, and ensure that the fundamental rights enshrined in our national constitution and our international treaty commitments are translated into tangible realities for every citizen.
European Union, which supported the development of the policy, noted that PNG's constitution closely reflects internationally recognized human rights standards and outlined the work put into developing this policy.
In the country to pursue human rights. It also shows that among those little people whom our pastor referred to in his opening speech, among the little people, among all of us, there is a shared interest, there is a shared set of values that are reflected by this human rights policy.
The launch comes at a time when many Papua New Guineans are calling for greater recognition and protection of their rights, with the new framework expected to continue to guide government agencies and stakeholders in addressing human rights issues more effectively. Michael Tamtipais, TV1 News.
You're watching TV1 News. We'll have the day's other stories after these messages. Stay with us.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, BSP's One-Took wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at BSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Toks, to our family, to the ones we love. BSP's One-Took wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
What a game this has been. With a minute to go, it all comes down to this.
And here they come. They go wide. Passes to Becky. He juggles. Kicks it. Who will get there? No, Kara. He's over. What a try. All the emotions are flowing. Jubilation. Ecstasy. What a game.
Cold Power Citrus Blast uses stain-fighting active particles to remove dirt, grease and stains from your family's washing with less scrubbing and rubbing, reducing wear and tear and saving you time. Cold Power Citrus Blast has an amazing citrus fragrance that gives that extra freshness that will last all day long.
Savitu Olsem condom and Wambla way where you can abrusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancy. Tingim, use him condom long right pla way. Stop safe na look out him you yet. Use him condom all get a time. Suppose you no save long HIV status long partner blog you or suppose you got plenty partner. Use him condom good all get a time. Long haborusim seek HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancies. Use him condom banisim you yet na future blog you. This platok save ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
Put in more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaru, get up a big smile on face. Time for Kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the mumu, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, PNG and Mia. Fine PNG made.
Welcome back. One of Papua New Guinea's most celebrated films, Tukana Usat I Asua, will return to Bougainville through a series of free community screenings starting tomorrow. The restored film will be screened in Tinputs, Boka, Arwa and Buin between the 30th of July and the 3rd of August. Set in Bougainville, Tukana explores themes of tradition, identity, leadership and social change, and has inspired generations since its release in the 1980s. Tukana will digitally restored by the Papua New Guinea National Film Institute in collaboration with the Australian National Film and Sound Archive and Spectrum Films. Originally released in the 1980s, the restored film was gifted by the Australian government to Papua New Guinea to mark the country's 50th independence anniversary. A new community development center was opened for the people of Biala yesterday. During the opening, the local MP and Minister for Oil Palm Francis Maneke called on men across the district to respect women and girls, stressing that men must create safer spaces for women and girls to thrive in whatever they do that strengthens families and communities.
Men and boys in Biella, Western Britain, were left with an important message during the opening of their Community Development Center to respect and protect women and girls. Local MP and Minister for Oil Palm, Francis Maneke, was guest at the opening of the center on Monday, July 27. He stressed that violence and abuse against women and girls have no place in society, reminding everyone that there are laws in place to hold perpetrators accountable. He challenged the men to take the lead in creating safer and peaceful spaces for women and girls.
Responsibility below me or papa mama is important. Natulo today, you may look him old mama. You know got respect old mama, but law and stop finish. Also you must look sabe or linglik Mary na old mama below me. You must make him so that you must sustain him this respect law so that all can move free now delivering service lo him to black old man. Now today, me like talk sabe to lo yimi all people lo nakanay. Sustenance lo good la life inside lo place lo yimi and me to play.
Minister for Community Development, Youth and Religion, Jason Peter, encouraged families, especially men, to live by the word of God and ensure they protect and support their women and girls everywhere, but especially in their homes.
Department of Community Development, Youth and Religion. Ebigate bisla drima the initiative lo driving the strategy is the coordination the delivery of the community development program in Igora Wadwa district. Each of this district program will come up time this house and be open. Number 1, a woman and gender equality, child protection, the family well-being, youth development, person with disability, even the elderly or aging man, the married. Informal economy. Informal economy was a literacy training and indeed the social protection team. Moli kamlo na training mo man to how lo you by using money. Start the table market. Na igwa tapos yan.
Minister Peter attended the event as a guest of honor. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
Secretary for Community Development, Youth and Religion, Jerry Ubase, acknowledged the Nakanai District Development Authority for its initiative in bringing essential government services closer to the people through the establishment of the Community Development Center. Ubase said the center will improve access to community development programs and strengthen service delivery for families, women, youth, and vulnerable groups across the district.
Service law. House door blah. Big blah, thank you, law member blah. Later blah got vision, law thinking, law people they make him this law. MC talk finish, civil registry, all that law good law services too, but I can't stop inside. So by helping people, you don't need law you go to Kimbe or go to Mospil or work in registration. You work in there, next certificate law here.
A groundbreaking ceremony marked the start of a new double classroom project at the Salvation Army Early Learning Center in Leala Village, Central Province. The project is BSP Finance Limited's 50 for 50 Giving Back initiative.
Leala has welcomed a new double classroom project. The ceremony brought together church leaders, community members, and government representatives, all celebrating a milestone that has been more than 2 decades in the making. The Iwi District Development Authority pledged 250,000 kina to support the project. For the community, the project is the answer to years of teaching and learning without proper classrooms.
Proud host of the LNG plant, we're a proud host of the limestone, we're a proud host of the water and power infrastructure. But then who will work this infrastructure if we do not supply the human capital for it? So this is where it starts as a journey in our lives in this young but vibrant district that we are entrusted to lead at this time.
The project is BSP Finance Limited's 50 for 50 Giving Back initiative.
What makes the 50 for 50 Giving Back initiative so special is that it stems from simple and yet a very powerful idea: giving back. It is BSP's way of honoring Papua New Guinea's 50th anniversary through our pledge, delivering 50 community projects valued at 50,000 kina each to 50 communities across the country. I'd like to acknowledge and thank the management of the Salvation Army for the inspiring work that you have undertaken and continue to do over the many years. Your dedication in shaping young minds is commendable, and we hope that this new facility will further support your efforts for many, many years to come. He has committed an additional 30,000 kina under our BSP Community Projects program to further support this initiative.
The new classrooms are expected to strengthen literacy and education in Lealea, laying a foundation for future generations. Mason Lewis, TVWAN News.
Students at Matauru Primary School in the East Nakanai LLG will now enjoy the improved learning conditions with the opening of a new double classroom. The new facility was funded by the Nakanai District Development Authority. It was opened on Friday, July the 24th, 2026.
A new double classroom for Matahuru Primary School in East Nakanai LLG means an improved learning experience for teachers and students. The new infrastructure was funded by the Nakanai District Development Authority. Local MP and DDA Chairman Francis Maneke encouraged the staff and students to utilize the facility well and take care of it. He said the education investment contributes to driving other major infrastructure development in the district and set the foundations for better opportunities for Nakanai's children in the future.
Education naman ba protecting me na ba guiding me lo future lo lo today. Because today focus lo important. Lo resource lo tubla. Mitula as place. Mitula must prioritize him resource lo lo today. You got bush lo you got ground lo you. You must sabe. Emi also emi mandate lo you. You must making sure that all kidney only must school good today. Today all picking no school good. Future lo tubla tomorrow not start. Resource lo you not start. That's why now need more picking guidable. So that all school good. Now all by making more good la work lo behind time.
He also encouraged parents and the surrounding communities of Matahuru Primary to take ownership of new double classroom and other education investments and resources.
Investment blaming all picking today. We must get take out land. Now you me all parents or papa mama. You me responsibility blame me. Lo make him so that when I'm something school let me require him. You me must make him so stand up. You me only one time. Now you can make him all work. So that all good plus amni ba come up. Or picking him blame me, I'm all not come up nothing. All not produce him good or marks nothing. Only not bilas nothing. All by come up good supposed to be got support. Lo look out him all. So that all can come up. Good plan lo behind time.
Maneke also confirmed discussions have been had regarding the school perimeter fencing to ensure students learn in a safe and conducive environment. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
And now the market report. The kina closed lower at $0.2269 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2194 $0.3112 Australian dollars, $0.1848 euro, and 35.73 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York closed, coffee, cocoa, and copper closed higher, gold, palm oil, and crude oil closed lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, ASX closed higher, and all ordinaries closed higher as well. TV1 News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Bank Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's One Talk Wallet. PSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
Oh, what a game this has been. With a minute to go, it all comes down to this.
And here they come. They go wide. Passes to Becky. He juggles. Kicks it. Who will get there? No, Kara. He's over. What a try. All the emotions are flowing. Jubilation, ecstasy. What a game.
Hey PNG, get ready to brush to the beat for Colgate National Toothbrushing Day. Brush to the beat with over 480,000 registered participants this year nationwide. Brush your teeth for 2 minutes twice a day and remember to change your toothbrush every 3 months. Head over to the Colgate Pacific PNG Facebook page for more info or drop a comment and tell us a song we can brush to the beat with. Get brushing this National Toothbrushing Day with Colgate.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
You have to meet my best friend. She's the sweetest. Hey, check out my hair.
Which one? The one on your head or the one in the sink? Relax. Next time, just use the Mega Growth Anti-Damage Relaxer. It's infused with wonder oils and conditioning proteins for visibly less hair breakage after retouching. Now your hair looks great.
Thank you.
Mega Growth Anti-Damage No-Light Cream Relaxer for visibly less hair breakage after retouching.
Mtambo true lonkarim o salim na simokin, marijuana or all drugs, no good ikam lo overseas, or some cocaine or crystal meth. Nupla law or likolim Controlled Substances Act 2021 by making sawe lo you lo baim court fine enough money mark enough lo 2 million kina or go life year calabus. This la talk sawe ikam long National Narcotics Bureau. One time Halivin, Bilom Australia, Papua New Guinea Law na Justice Partnership.
Always on WhatsApp? Then this is your style of banking with TISA. Check your account balance or even chat with a TISA Bank agent. Get started today by following these simple steps. 1. Save TISA Bank's official WhatsApp number in your phone. 2. Open WhatsApp and send a simple hi. 3. Follow the menu to start banking. It's that easy. TISA Bank. Banking on change.
Thanks for staying with us. The Department of Information and Communications Technology has officially welcomed its new minister, with member for Bogia Robert Naguri taking over the ICT portfolio from outgoing Minister Timothy Masiu. The handover ceremony in Port Moresby marked a formal transition of leadership following Minister Masiu's departure from the role due to medical reasons.
The Department of Information and Communications Technology on Monday officially transferred the ICT ministerial portfolio to Robert Naguri in Port Moresby. The ceremony followed an earlier transfer of responsibilities on July 17th when acting ICT Minister Peter Tamalele Jr. handed over the portfolio to Mr. Naguri, completing the ministry's leadership transition. Departmental executives and staff gathered to witness the official handover, where Mr. Masiu reflected on his years of service with gratitude, humility, and pride. Mr. Masiu served as ICT Minister from 2019 until July 10, 2025, leading Papua New Guinea through a significant period of digital transformation. During his tenure, the government introduced major reforms including the Digital Transformation Policy 2020, the Digital Government Act 2022, the National Cybersecurity Policy and Strategy, the National Cloud Policy, and the National Media Development Policy 2024. These policies lay the foundations for improved digital government services, stronger cybersecurity, greater cloud adoption, media development, and strengthened governance across the ICT sector. Mr. Matthew acknowledged Acting Minister Peter Tamalele Jr. for steering the ministry during his medical leave and thanked him for his support. He also expressed confidence in his successor, Robert Naguri, and thanked Prime Minister James Marape for the opportunity to serve as minister responsible for ICT over the past several years. The department says it remains committed to advancing Papua New Guinea's digital transformation agenda under the leadership of the new ICT Minister Robert Naguri. Michael Tamtipais, TVWAN News.
In regional news, the U.S. military has accused Iran of an attempted surprise attack, saying Tehran launched multiple ballistic missiles targeting its forces based in the Middle East. The news follows a 5-day pause in hostilities between Iran and the U.S. after almost 2 weeks of nightly strikes by the U.S. military.
The attack was, according to US Central Command, an attack on a US base in Jordan. And of course, those bases have been under attack from Iran in the past. I think the significant thing about this is that analysts are pointing to the fact that this is the first attack that Iran has undertaken without responding to something that the United States has done. So, and it's also interesting that it was able to be intercepted. I think one of the sort of interesting points about these attacks on the base in Jordan in the past has been that some of them have got through. And the sort of a suggestion is that that's partly because they're using newer weapons. The Iranians are using newer weapons which are harder to detect, and that air defence systems are starting to get degraded in the US Gulf allies, such as Jordan. So it's being seen as basically a shot across the bows, if you like, that Iran is saying, look, we're here, we are not going to be the passive partner here, we will dictate the terms of this aggression as we see fit. But given that they had the choice to also retaliate against that attack by Ukraine against Iranian shipping in the Caspian Sea and didn't choose to do so, I think you have to look at it in terms of, a very sort of dynamic, shall we say, changing strategic assessment in Iran. Yeah, well, I think it is interesting. Without a doubt, I think Benjamin Netanyahu has been trying to shape the meeting. I mean, he was one who basically forced the hand of Donald Trump. He'd been saying for weeks that he was going to Washington, and Washington was saying, oh, is he? Well, that's interesting. So it was really only this funeral that gave him an opportunity to get there. And he didn't actually brief out a lot about Pickaxe Mountain, but I think the significance of it is that Pickaxe Mountain is said to house this massive underground facility in Iran, and it basically symbolises Benjamin Netanyahu's efforts to try to get the Americans to once again expand the ambitions of its attacks on Iran from just being focused on trying to get a settlement in the Strait of Hormuz and to get it back into the issue of dealing with Iran's nuclear and other missile capabilities.
Australians can expect more pain at the petrol pump, with rising prices set to jump further still. The Prime Minister confirmed the fuel excise discount will end as planned this weekend, despite fresh warnings of rising prices flowing from the war in the Middle East.
In Karratha, at what's soon to become the world's largest fertiliser plant. The Prime Minister underscoring the key lesson from rolling global upheavals.
We need to be more resilient.
Investing $4 million for a feasibility study into a new oil refinery in WA.
To create that sovereign capability to ensure that we're also resilient and independent.
A prospect with bipartisan backing.
But we need to see a serious plan.
From 8 refineries 25 years ago, Australia now has just 2. Both rely heavily on taxpayer support and run almost entirely on imported oil.
Even if the refinery is built in WA, it is still going to be reliant on largely imported oil. So that doesn't really do a lot for our sovereignty.
As hostilities in the Strait of Hormuz reignite, Treasury is warning oil prices will continue to climb. The cut to the fuel excise in April and extension into July had put downward pressure on prices, which have since surged to above pre-war levels. Unleaded is averaging $1.94 tonight, with diesel at $2.37.
Can't afford it.
For the business, it's really, really bad.
I drive an EV, so...
Government relief is due to run dry on Sunday.
We made that announcement some time ago.
While extending relief at the Bowser would be welcome for many, it'd also likely further fuel inflation. Still, the government is well aware the longer war in the Middle East continues, the worse for households.
South Australia police hold grave fears for a missing baby boy after the bodies of his mother and sister were recovered in the waters of Port Macdonald yesterday, about 400 kilometres southeast of Adelaide. A search operation resumed this morning, with authorities acknowledging the difficult task facing emergency crews.
This search staging area has become the centre of a desperate operation as crews search the water for a missing 3-month-old baby boy.
Searching for a small child and recovering a woman and a child from the water will take its toll on people who are involved in that search exercise.
Emergency crews battling treacherous waters as they searched along the coastline.
The conditions out there were extremely challenging today, with very high winds, and did not enable us to get water assets on the water.
Authorities were called to Cape Northumberland on Monday after a vehicle was found with its engine running near cliffs. The bodies of a 36-year-old woman and her daughter, who police say was under 3 years old, were retrieved from the ocean.
These types of tragedies are the ones that shock you to the core. There are a lot of unanswered questions here.
The family is from Compton, a small locality about 26 kilometres north of Port Macdonald. Police say they're supporting the family and have spoken to the woman's husband, who's also the father of the children. They're appealing to the public for any information about the woman's movements in the lead up to the events.
We won't rule anything out. We won't speculate or try and predict the outcome of the investigation.
Locals have offered their support.
Kudos to the community. The boys will always put their boats in. They will always go out and have a look.
Regional communities are really resilient, and we'll get behind everybody and support everybody, and that's all we can all do.
Police say there was no information at this time to suggest anyone else was involved in the incident.
We will continue to leave no stone unturned to continue this search.
Sport is up next. I'll join you on the other side with all the details.
Every growing child needs the best care to help them grow physically, socially, intellectually, and emotionally. That's why I choose Tender Care. It keeps skin clean and fresh and is hypoallergenically tested for gentle and safe protection, so my child can be protected for all of life's adventures. Tender Care.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
Meet UmiPay, your digital wallet from TISA Bank. Your gateway to seamless transactions. Withdraw cash anytime at your nearest TISA agent. Send money to family and friends.
Hello, Sam.
Anytime, anywhere. Top up and pay with just a scan. From taxis to coffee and small businesses, UmiPay makes every payment simple. UmiPay, powered by TISA Bank.
Papa will come close to Laos. Kaya ino ridiet. Mak blem pelatya. Mams tu glorasta. Suppose I'm not ready. Ayo. Iya mamas lo pasim lo paps. I'm sure I'm way blue milk get that.
From our homes, where every morning starts with a taste we all love. A taste that holds memories and shared stories. A taste that can bring friends together. Made with care and loved in every corner of PNG. Inspired by our champions and rooted by our family values. Snacks, so crunchy and tasty, it's irresistible.
Staggs, and he's right through. Oh, brilliant effort. Out here as well. Oh, big gap. Oh, Jack Williams is through. And Parramatta are on tonight.
Thanks for staying with us. Personal bests in the pool, strong performances on the track, and a spirited quarter-final effort in the ring highlighted Day 6 for Team PNG at Glasgow 2026. Another day of progress in the pool saw Team PNG record 2 personal bests and 4 season best performances as 4 swimmers completed their final heats appearances at Glasgow 2026.
In the women's 50-meter freestyle, Roseanne Kira Rock produced an outstanding swim to set a new personal best of 28.63 seconds, improving on her previous mark of 29.29. Joanna Chen also achieved a personal best, clocking 29.18 seconds to better her previous best of 29.54. Deyali Tokome Garap recorded a season best of 27.76 seconds, finishing just 0.28 seconds outside her personal best of 27.48 in the men's 50-meter butterfly. Josh Tarare posted a personal best time of 27.05 seconds, while Thomas Chan also recorded a season best performance of 26.68 seconds. The final event of the session was the mixed 4x100-meter medley relay with Jonah Chan, Thomas Chan, Janali Tokome Garap, and Josh Tarare combining for an impressive team performance. The quartet clocked a time more than 23 seconds faster than the PNG result at the World Championships 12 months ago, highlighting the significant progress the squad has made and demonstrating the growing strength and depth of the national swimming program. The swimming competition concludes today with Roseanne Kira Rock, the sole Team PNG rep, in action as she competes in the women's 200-meter breaststroke. In athletics, William Camillus Pekka recorded a new personal best of 49.88 seconds in the men's 400-meter heats, finishing 7th in his heat and marking an important milestone in his continued development. Daniel Bowell and Adolf Kauba also competed in the men's 400-meter heats. Bowell clocked 49.34 seconds to place 5th in his heat, while Kauba recorded 50.06 seconds to finish 7th. In the men's 800-meter heats, Julius Robinson delivered another strong performance, posting a time of 1.51.61 to finish 6th in his heat. Today's athletics team takes on the track at 10:30 a.m. Scotland time, that's 6:30 p.m. PNG time, with athletes competing in the 200 meters, discus, 400 meter, and 400 meter hurdles, among others. In boxing, Flora Loga exited the women's 65 kg competition in the quarterfinals following her contest with Scotland's Kathleen Rainey. Rainey secured victory by referee's top contest in the second round. Loga's quarter-final appearance remains a positive outcome at a high competitive international event. The result brings Team PNG's boxing campaign at Glasgow 2026 to a close. Terry Longwood, TVWAN Sports.
PNG professional boxer John Ume will take part in the semi-final of BX9 welterweight championship tournament on July the 31st in New Zealand. The PNG boxer left Australia for New Zealand today, where he has been training for the fight.
Ume is poised to take on Dan Edge of New Zealand in Fight 3 of welterweight semi-finals. The Christchurch-based professional boxer has bagged mixed performances in his last 6 fights since 2023. He won 3 and lost the other 3. He will have a lot of reason to win this semi-final. Ume, on the other hand, has a reasonable record heading into this fight. His quarterfinal win over less fancied Australian opponent Alex Lual in May, along with his 2 times experience in Olympic fights, will prove handy. Ume, the ring monster fighting under bully boxing team of Australia, went all out in the quarterfinal and put his opposition Alex Lual to the sword.
Lapper crushes the chin of Lual. Oh! Dropped on the back.
The victory gave Ume the semi-final ticket. This semi-final on the weekend will be massive for Ume in this tournament and also for his professional career. The 2-time Olympic boxer has been looking forward to this bout. He has trained under his national boxer Peter Morrison in Australia. Before departing for New Zealand, Ume thanked his coaches, family and fans for their continued support in his professional boxing career. Rex Lita, TV1 Sports.
PNG's premier national women's competition, Santos Cup Round 3, recorded some big upsets over the weekend. On Sunday, Lace-Nax Tigers stunned competition leaders Gas Resources Dabaris 16-4, handing the defending Queens their first defeat of the season. In the other results, Eagles claimed a dominant away victory 24-2 over home side East New Britain Egmark Gurias at Queen's Park in Rabaul on Saturday. In Goroka, Moniplus NCDC Port Moresby Vipers upset Bintango Goroka Lahanis 26-12.
From halfway by the captain.
Defending Premier Central Dabaris conceded their first loss of the season with a 16-4 victory at the hands of a more determined and defensive Tigers side. Alice Joe opened the scoreline in the 9th minute before Rosvita Capo added a penalty goal in the 26th minute. Fabi Lagap crossed just before half-time, and Lydia Luke extended the lead in the 50th minute, with Agnes Deve converting a minute later. Linda Darek grabbed a late consolation try in the 74th minute, but the Tigers had already done enough to deny the Dabaris a 3rd consecutive win. The defending premiers lacked enthusiasm and intent in general play and looked disorganized throughout, both in attack and defense. Dabaris coach Kathy Neab expressed disappointment, saying her girls didn't play up to standard, with poor game management, especially in the execution, and the lack of urgency in defense. At the Queen Elizabeth Park in Rabaul, home side Gurias succumbed to a re-energized and dominant Eagles side 24-2 in a one-sided affair. Eagles women produced a clinical defensive display throughout and kept the Gurias scoreless. The Gurias opened the scoring through a Wilhelmina Hauna penalty goal in the 13th minute, but the Eagles responded with tries from Melly Jo, Jacinta Gary, Belinda Guamason, and Angelica Nenege. Nenege also landed 4 conversions to complete an impressive performance as the Eagles secured their first 2 points on the ladder. The Santos Cup moves on to round 4 this weekend. Tigers meet Gurias at Gelagela Sports Centre, Eagles versus Lahadis at NSI Goroka, and the Port Moresby Vipers face off with Central Tabares at the Sir John Guy's Stadium. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The PNG men's national volleyball team will depart Port Moresby on the 31st of July via Manila for Guam to compete in the Oceania Qualifier Championship. Papua New Guinea Volleyball Federation confirmed that the team will arrive in time for the technical meeting and brief training sessions in the first 2 days of August. Competition begins on the 3rd of August and will end on the 9th, with the team scheduled to return to Port Moresby on the 10th of August.
After confirming registration compliance with the Oceania Volleyball Board, the squad has been in preparation for the past 4 months. The final team draws from the 2023-2025 national training squads with a focus on developing young talent ahead of the 2027 Tahiti Pacific Games.
Actually, this championship we are attending in Guam is Oceania qualifier, meaning if all the teams Pacific countries has been invited to attend the Oceania Games, and those that will attend will qualify for the Pacific Games in 2027 in Tahiti. So if any country that miss out, unfortunately, they won't be able to attend the 27 Pacific Games.
The 12-man roster features 7 senior players and 5 emerging talents aged 20 and under, with the youngest player just 17. The 5 young players earned selection through the strong performance at the recent Under-18 and Under-21 National Volleyball Championships. Training has focused on modern demands of volleyball, structured positional play and high-speed execution with emphasis on serving reception, offensive and defensive systems.
Our strategy and tactic is what we believe in. We are working on our strategies and tactics like attacking away from the net, all options away from the net, and also our defense, waiting block. We're working on those small routines that we believe that assets for these Australian teams, which play a lot of high balls and variation in attack, as well as the Wallis team that we have played for some time. So, those areas that we are working on.
PNG has been drawn into a tough pool with Australia, the current Oceania defending champions, with AVC and FIVB and VNL experience. Cook Islands is also in this pool. They are the Wallis and Futuna Pacific Games champions, with 90% of their squad playing professionally in France and Europe, and they have recruited heavily from New Zealand-based players.
And in our pool B, we have, like I said, we have Australia and Wallis and Futuna, so it's going to be a very big ask for Team PNG. And we also have Cook Islands, and Cook Islands have New Zealand and Australia-based players that will be playing for them. So, for us, it's local breed players. So we have nothing to lose. There's no fear factor there. We are there to give everybody a run for their money.
He said the target is to finish in the top 4 and secure qualification for the 2027 AVC tournament. Participation in this qualifier also confirms PNG's pathway to the 2027 Tahiti Pacific Games. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the sports segment. We'll now have the weather forecast. Regional forecast. Southern, Port Moresby mostly fine. Daru and Kerama mostly sunny, clear skies. Mumase, late partly cloudy. Wewak, few showers, then partly cloudy. New Guinea Islands, Kokoporo Baal mostly fine. Buka, cloudy with chances of rain showers, drizzles. And Highlands region, Mount Hagen, fine, partly cloudy. All other centers, partly sunny, fine. Ocean forecast, Coral Sea. Seas moderate to patches rough with southeast winds of 15 to 25 knots, reaching up to 30 knots over the southwest sector. Solomon Seas. Seas moderate to patches rough with southeast winds of 15 to 25 knots. Bismarck Sea. Seas moderate to rough with southeast winds of 20 to 33 knots. Pacific Ocean sees moderate to rough with southeast to southerly winds of 15 to 20 knots, increasing to 25 to 30 knots to the east sector. And coastal waters forecast, waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Island to Kerma to Yule Island to Port Moresby to Hood Point to Summer Island. Sea 0.5 to 1.5 meters, rising to 2 to 2.5 meters tonight over southern PNG Indonesia border to Daru. Waters of Cape Vogel to Hoorn Gulf to Finschhafen, sea 0.3 to 1.3 meters. Waters from Finschhafen through Vitias and Dampier Straits to Siassi and Long Islands, seas 2 to 3 meters, rising to 3.5 meters at times. And that ends Wednesday's news. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by